Since April 8th of 2022, I have had 221,635 views and I've made a total of... And also, last month I spent $9 grand on new boobs. So if you want to check out that whole journey, feel free after this. But most people have watched me either get high on the internet, talk about Feet Finder, talk about something I did in college, talk about IUDs, show them apartments in LA, talk about feet, talk about feet, talk about feet, oh my goodness, feet, and show apartments in Santa Monica and talk about the cost of living in LA. Now those are my top 10 watched videos this year during monetization, but they're not the ones that made the most amount of money in any way, shape, or form. Now to give you a bit of a comparison between those top performing videos, yes, they were the top performing in views, but it doesn't mean they were the top performing when it came to income. So that first video I talked to you about had 60,573 views since I was able to monetize. But it only made $1.21. Yes, you heard me right. With over 60,000 views, it still only made $1.21. So, 60,000 views doesn't always mean as much as you think it would, especially when you compare it to my second highest watched video at 50,164 views. That video has made... I still can't believe it to this day, still cannot believe it. It has made $528.33. Yep, you heard me right. And with that crazy difference in numbers, it made me realize that I needed to do a video about it because I don't see these enough, and every single time I see a video on what YouTube paid me, I watch it because I find the money side of YouTube so interesting. And now that I have personal hands-on experience in what different views can make you, I realize that I want to go over all the numbers for myself and maybe for you. So if you have your own channel, this could help you out. But if you just enjoy the money side of YouTube, maybe you'll learn a bit from me. I will include real numbers throughout the rest of this video because I have access to it and I can share it all to you. And now that I've been doing it a little bit longer, I have a little bit more information to go off of. So the first thing I want to talk about is how much do controversial topics make you? Now, controversial is a term that has a different definition for different people, and I wish I could share more on the internet than I'm able to, but more controversial topics on YouTube are most likely either not monetizable or they are not advertiser friendly for most advertisers. So if it's looked at as it's not friendly for advertisers, like they might not want to put their, commercial on that video, then you get stuck in the monetization end of things with something called limited ads. And limited ads is like the nice way of saying we're basically gonna pay you nothing and we might as well not give you monetization at all in most cases, because you could have over 60,000 views and still not make really any money. And it's like, just because of this whole limited ads things and advertisers don't wanna put their ads on that video. Now, there are some loopholes. If you can find a less talked about topic that lots of people are interested in that doesn't have lots of inappropriate language, because we don't like swearing on the internet, and also if it doesn't have adult-only content. So I'm not talking about content that only adults would be interested in, I'm talking about content that only adults can watch. There's plenty of topics that are only for adults that won't be able to be monetized, and also if you have graphic violence, shocking, harmful, or dangerous acts, and recreational drug use. Even if it is legal in the place in which you are filming it, it is why my top viewed video is an epic money flop, because it had recreational drug use in the video that is illegal where I live, but it means it got stuck with limited ads. And there are 5 more things on the checklist that YouTube has you basically do as a self-guide on ad suitability. And that's also how they gauge if they're going to consider it ad suitable. And they just give you a chance to kind of gauge it yourself first, and if you're accurate enough times, and they allow you to continue to do that. But either way, it gives you an idea of videos that have a potential of making more money, as long as on the checklist they're on the ad suitability side of things. Now, you think your video is gonna be completely suitable for ads, why don't you? Or you think that it's not a problem for most people. Okay, well, even if your video is completely suitable for ads and gonna get a crap ton of views, which, goals for all of us, but either way, it still doesn't mean it's gonna make the same amount of money as another video that has the same amount of views. Because there's something called RPM and CPM. And to put it very simply, there's a lot more math that goes into it. RPM is basically how much you make after YouTube takes their cut. And it includes a few more metrics in there than CPM does. Where CPM is basically how much you make before YouTube takes its cut. And CPM also goes off of how much advertisers are willing to pay per 1,000 views on specific videos. So different people have different CPMs and different topics have different CPMs. Now my top 5 videos in 2022 with like the top CPM, not like the top videos as in like views or anything else, but the videos with the highest CPM in 2022 for me were a CPM from $20 to $30. But on those videos, I only made from 30 cents to $3.54. So that's significantly lower than my second most popular video. Because the main reason, even though it has a high CPM, so it has a higher potential of earning more money, potentially, your CPM isn't stuck at one number, it does fluctuate, so it could go down, but as of right now, it has a pretty good potential of making pretty good money if it stays the same. But the problem is the views on those videos are only from 57 views to 143 views, which is not high at all. It's pretty low, especially in the world of YouTube. Even in the world of my more popular videos, it doesn't have that many views. So ideally, if it kept the same CPM and had way higher views, it'd be making even more money than that crazy video that made me over $500. So it's like, it would be nice, but unfortunately, there's more than one thing that goes into the equation on how much you make on YouTube. And for those videos, they had part of the equation, but not the other part, which was views. And my most popular video has the views, but it has, the lack of being able to monetize fully. Whereas my top earning video has a pretty good CPM for my channel anyway at $9.73, and it has made $528.33, which actually makes up a majority of what I've made in total in the time that I've been able to monetize, which is from April 8th to December 17th. And that is about 9 months, and I have made a total of $785.98. So that one video makes up a majority of that whole entire earnings that I've made during monetization. And it's because it had all of the right factors. It has a pretty good CPM. It's a pretty shocking topic that also is able to monetize, aka meaning that it has that good CPM. And in addition to that, it has a pretty good amount of views, especially for my channel and a beginner channel. To get over 50,000 views and also still be able to monetize is great. Now that being said, I still have only made $785, a little bit more in 9 months. So obviously if I worked a minimum wage job and worked the same amount of hours that I work on my YouTube channel, I would make a heck of a lot more money. Obviously I'm getting nowhere near minimum wage doing this, but I enjoy it. It's a passion for me, and I think a lot of smaller YouTubers and even bigger ones, but maybe they've lost it a bit, but especially small ones, it's like, we don't do this for the money. There is no money. Like, there is money, but it's not really there yet. It's more potential of money down the road. And it's like, we do this because we enjoy it and it's a passion. So every time someone hits that like button and that subscribe button, it makes so much more of a difference than people realize, because we're small and every little bit makes a difference. So, feel free to hit those 2 buttons down below, please, please, please. And also, I'm going to continue to do this because it's not about the money for me. Even if I have the potential of making the same amount of money forever, I will probably still continue to do this because I enjoy it. So I will continue to do a new video every single Wednesday, helping you figure out adulting while I'm attempting to figure it out myself. And I hope you have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you. I'll see you Wednesday.